Onord, 4 Fallschirmjäger. Here's 26 guards Maverick on Ciano. And we are in. So let's go. Khers and Fox's game. Let's go. And we move over. Go the other overlay. Khers versus Onord. This should be just as exciting as yesterday. I think these players are also pretty close in skill. Khers really practicing hard. Onord always bringing out some new strategies as well. Ciano, map that slightly tilted towards one side. We'll see who has the right side here. Right side has a slight advantage here. So we'll see who will guess this. I was a bit surprised that we ended up on this map. But as the other options, like there were a couple of decent options in that map creation process as well. So yeah, I'm quite shocked, not gonna lie. "33 seconds." But I mean the other, if we go back to the, they ended up in here, so can't blame them. But Slutsk West, Slutsk East, Cell, Trooper. Yeah, those were the options. Like, not amazing, but he could have played one of the Slutsk. Though I guess khers didn't want to play Onord on one of the Slutsks, because Onord is really scary in Slutsk. We saw that in the finals last season. Cell, maybe something that Onord didn't want to play against khers, because khers is pretty scary on Cell. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, pretty nice. Pretty nice. Okay, Onord on the left. Khers with the slightly better side, with 26. Fourth Fallschirmjäger, a division that is always hot topic. Some pro top level players say it's utter trash. Others obviously pick it in a tournament game. So we will see what Onord can do with it. Yeah, if Onord makes it to the finals again, not gonna lie, some part of me want to see him pick it and beat Gonzo with it. Some parts of me kind of want to see it and beat off him and want to see him beating Gonzo with it, but that's just something there. First he has to make it there. And obviously, if khers can maybe stop the 4th Fallschirmjäger here. Ooh, yeah, maybe some of the can someone maybe allow someone there to post a link out of the moderators, or post a link himself? I mean, reviewer, you can post a link to the bootcamp, can't you? And yeah, had to deactivate link posting because of all the spam bots that came in here for quite a while. Since they can't post links anymore, they have become a bit more silent. So, yeah. Fallschirmscharfschützen coming around all over the map. On the other side, first ISU already out. First big boy coming from khers at the start of the game. Should be hot one. Should be hot one. Fallschirmflammenwerfer, Pack 41, and Gerlich coming around as well. Meanwhile, Stuk M43 coming in as well. Up here, Paradal Sorto and Parakadutsi. Decent infantry for sure. Giving you some nice firepower. Outside of the 40-point range. For a bit cheaper, you get some nice firepower there. On the other side, a couple of PTRSs already coming up on Ciano. You sometimes can sneak them in. We sometimes see them sneaking by here. We sometimes see them sneaking by through the center. And you quite often see them sneaking by here in the north. So we'll see if khers is trying to get one by Gonzo's defenses and get some ambushes behind the lines, or if these are for the force unload at the front line with speed, as these WA LA come with 100 km on the road. which is faster than all the Axis transports, which go only up to 90. So you can grab a bit of land with these, forcing the enemy to unload a bit earlier than they might want to. And yeah, obviously Onord. Khers on the other side though. SG43, Maxim. A lot of 2-star veterancy here. A lot of 2-star veterancy. Damn. SG43 and Maxim's coming with 2-star veterancy. Sniper Harry also coming with 2-star veterancy. Okay. Geometry Rocks obviously come with 2-star veterancy. That's quite normal. But that's a lot of investment there. Fallschirmjäger on the other side, also 2-star veterancy. So, high-vetted stuff all around. Flammenwerfers as well. So, both sides' decks might not be as deep as the 50 minutes want them to be, but obviously it has to go to 50 minutes first to let that show. So, we'll see. We will see. Khers on the right. Bringing in Flamers. Bringing in a lot of fast unit. The Jib also goes 95 points. 95 kmh. Outspeeding all the German transports as well. So, it looks like a big land grab try here out of Khers. A lot of aggression coming in from the get-go. Quite a bit more normal standard start, it seems like, on Onord sides, but Fallschirmjägers involved. And some elite Fallschirmjägers, Fallschirmjäger Sniper Scharfschützen, some elite Fallschirmjägers to hold the line in the south, supported by some Italian infantry. Flamethrowers in front. And then a bit of armor in the north with the Stuk M43, though obviously heavily outgunned by the ISU. And then a NAC 4500 for some AA in the south, which I'm not quite sure what the job is. I mean, it's an AA piece, but it's also slightly armored, but with PTRS around, I don't think you want to use it as infantry support. Though AA this early, I guess he might want to try to get a kill onto the Yak 9B bombers. Don't know if a NAC without veterancy is good enough for that though. With veterancy, it's a Flak 43. It's a super dangerous piece of AA. Without veterancy, we'll be close. We'll be close. So, yeah. Anti-tank wise though, only a Panzerschreck in the south so far. Up in the north, the Gerlich and the Stuk. But T-34 can be annoying here for sure. And this will be a lot of aggression out of Khers. This will be a lot of aggression out of Khers. Also, obviously, Onord having the worst side here. These two flags on the north are relatively attackable. The flags on the other side quite a bit further back. Flags here are slightly further forward, but not really super noticeably. So, you are in a bit of trouble there as the blue side. And I wish Eugen would switch it a bit around with flags. Like, for example, make this red flag from back here, and move this one back or so, something like that. So that red has a bit more flags closer to the front line compared to blue. Currently, it's a bit one-sided towards red side. Yeah. Red side having the advantage there. As we go into action. Here we go. Heinkel 111 coming in. Recon plane with only 415 kmh, but very good resilience. That's helpful. Onord, always a guy for a recon start. If a division has a recon plane, he will use it. A recon plane that is not a biplane, like he is not usually using the faster ones. And this time, it's a Heinkel 111, always there for the intel. PTRS rushing forward. All the units rushing forward. The parry unloading on the hill. MG42 trying to get on to fire mode. PTRS here might get the Fallschirmjägers. Yes, do get the Fallschirmjägers. Over here, MG42 though, in a good spot. Might force some unloads as well. Ognomachikis get in. The PTRS gets unloaded. PTRS over here didn't get any kills. Will get overwhelmed. Heavy flamer fight here as well. Parakadustis and Fallschirmjägers from the rear though. bringing out a lot of firepower. But the 2 Maxims might be able to stun it down in time. 2 Guardia DP also coming in. Have to be careful though. Panzerschreck is still around. Oh, one falls to the Panzerschreck. Second one will run over this Panzerschreck most likely. Ooh, Nack paying off as well. Yak 9B not able to get the bombing run. Good anticipation there by Onord. And the counter push here is strong. Up in the north, khers though gets the 1410 for now. Pins down the MG42 as well, but Parakadusti and Para de Assalto pushing forward. Hot action from the get-go. MG42 here is falling. T-34 is pushing up. South is a bit open for khers here, but the center here, only a Sturmoviki Rocks holding. Good unit, but 1 Fallschirmjäger and 2 Para de Assalto pushing into it might be too much. Fallschirmjäger engaging first, losing half of their strength. Para de Assalto disengaging as well. If they can get a range line of sight over 100 meters, they can annihilate these Sturmoviki Rocks. But that's obviously not that easy. The other one could do so though. You can see there is a slight spot over here that you could use. Is not being found though. Sturmoviki Rocks over here also keep the forest under control. Quite a lot of casualties already. ISU now on the front line. Already spotted obviously by Onord. Onord also coming in with a heavy bomber run. Ooh. And that's supported by the Nack. So shooting this down won't be easy for khers. But khers still on the push in the south. Fallschirmjägers though, pinning down the Guardia DP super fast. Guardia DP have to fall back, get surrendered. And there's not that much supporting this T-34. And there's a Gerlich around for the kill. And Gerlich on this range is deadly. Easy penetration with its AP. Bounces actually. Bit unlucky there. But will eventually get the kill here. Meanwhile, Sturmoviki Rocks here, pushed back. New have to come in. Have to unload earlier. Oh no, die in transport. This is a big loss there. khers under heavy pressure. Perfect combined arms here of Onord. Perfect anticipation with the Nack for the Yak 9B. Then with the bomber coming in here. T-34 falls and khers complete south already basically has collapsed. He did do some gambles and they didn't pay off. Onord played him like a fiddle here. Explosive start in game number 1. And Onord is still behind when it comes to flags. But when it comes to the battlefield, quite a bit ahead. ISU still can do things though. ZSUAA I would like to see. Maybe to support that. But for now, it's the biggest boy on the battlefield. Sturmoviki Rocks getting into the forest here. Para de Assalto won't be easy to beat though. And Bomber is out to hunt it down. Maxims running into MG42s before they get in range. Also not that great. I don't think the Sturmoviki Rocks will be pinned down by this. Nope. Bombers missed this time. Yak 9 coming out for the hunt. Yak 9B trying to go south, but 2 AA pieces around here now. So the Yak 9 doesn't have any success there. Does need to go home. Doesn't want to follow into the AA again. Oh no. This Yak 9 will go down. This Yak 9 will go down. Yak 9B in the south gets pushed back as well. Nux get a fire onto the Yak 9 here. And the Yak 9 goes down. Good kill there by Onord. 2 Nux and the AS-42 do a lot of damage. Pak 40 also in the nasty spot now. Yes, if you can, as the blue side, push in here, you have a great spot. That's why it's not completely red favored. Like, some spots here are really nasty for blue as well. If blue gets a good anti-tank long range, like 2000 meter range anti-tank gun in here, that's great. Or if it gets in here, it has a nasty shot onto the enemy spawn road as well. Which, for red, is not quite the same. Like, you have some good spots here as well, but they're not quite as powerful. So, Onord brings it back to a 13-11. Still in the pressure in the north. But... no, Onord, no, yeah. But yeah, 13-11 now, 14-10. And Onord is completely taking control over the south. khers will have to consolidate here, but it will be a tough fight from here on out. Panther A moving up from the rear. So the ISU now has competition in the big boy department. And the ISU really hasn't done too much yet. Has fired 5 HE shells. But in general, not too effective. Infantry over here, still doing things. Jomawikis and Chernos rolling in as well. But the Valchemega Parakadustit combo here, still strong. Valchemega on the outskirts of the town, also great to hold the line against any incoming infantry. Will demolish everything that tries to come in from there. Puck 40 here, obviously absolutely insane. Absolutely insane spot. Meanwhile, M42 still tries to kill the Stuk, but doesn't really have a chance there on this range. So Stuk can for now continue. Ah, yeah, eventually gets penetrated. Okay, sorry for the caster curse there. After seeing 20 bounces, finally goes down there with 2 shots in succession. Parado Assaulto coming in from the rear. Fuckable fighter bomber. No AA on the side of khers yet. So this fighter bomber will get through and it might get a double kill here. Ah, actually not too impactful. Parkadusti though can push forward now. Maxime pushed back. Yak 9B though coming in for the hunt. Now coming in for hitting something. Not sure what it tries to hit. Ah, Nug and AS are around. Needs to fall back to the right. Falls back to the left. Ooh, that's dangerous once more. Yak 9B in trouble. Position over here also not that great. MG42 not going down to this shot. And Saperi go down over here. Saperi falling to this. 14-10 for Onord continues. ZSU M15 now in the north for khers. But Onord with a strong defense. T-34 down in the south. Hits up the Valchemegers. 15-9 for Onord. And more bombers coming in for him. Onto the ISU now. So the ISU has to be really careful. Ooh! Misses on the shot, the one shot on the Panther before it gets stressed out. And now will run. Most likely will survive this. We'll see. But yeah, does survive. But now most likely is one shot for the Panther A. So both sides can one shot each other. But Panther more accuracy, better rate of fire. So ISU will have now. Will have to be careful now in that matchup. More 20mm autocannons coming in for Onord now as well. One more good tool in that division. But on the other side, ASU-85s and channels coming in good number. And Onord up on the 14-10. Parada Salto sitting in a great spot. Channels running into their deaths here. Parada Salto will just make, and those will be gone. Here we go. Ah, and Channel's gone. Channel's just disappeared. T-34 coming in from the side, but the Pack 40 here is crucial. But AB-43 and Panther A move in as well. ISU has to be careful in the rear. And khers basically has to hold up here in the north. This is his lifeline. Like, this is what keeps him at the 12-12 at the moment. And if he can keep this stable, he can then slowly maybe grind his way back in the south. But the Tiger E is on the way for the south to make the situation here even worse for khers. And khers also slowly getting pushed back in the north. There's an SU-85 now, but the 20mm on the other side are a nasty problem. M42 will try to solve that. Let's see if it will help. Sturmovikis getting a grenade towards the Parada Assaulto, but Parada Assaulto didn't get really hit there. So they get the channels killed afterwards. But the fighter bomber tries to hit the Sturmovikis. Sturmovikis now will try to run. Still will die. And gone. Onord back up to a 13-11. Khers, can he find the solution to this problem? 26 cards, obviously a super versatile deck and a really strong one at that. But Onord so far with stellar play out of the 4 Vulture Maker. A couple of Vulture Makers he has are in great spots, and the rest of the units Onord has are also quite cost efficient. Panther, the NAC 4500 paid off already. Pack 40 here is great. The Italian infantry, obviously, especially the Power Cadusti and Power d'Assalto, with their Berettas, super strong as well. And more of them are coming in. Vulture Maker now also in the south to help out in the long fights. Vulture Makers in the north, pinning down some units. And here's on the heavy fire. 12-minute mark. Tries to beat back the Hanksel 111. B-Face is now around. Both sides getting a lot of income. But Onord obviously won't take the pressure off here. So khers has a tough way fighting his way back in. Has strong infantry as well. Sturmoviki Rocks, Stravnikis, and Strelki DPs. All not bad infantry. But in an offensive setup, they're sometimes somewhat hard to use. Sturmovikis here. Trying to get in. Let's see what they can do. They maybe can get some good TNTs off. But the Pack 40 and now Tiger combo here seems kinda unbreakable for me. Oh boy. And it's a classic Onord move to bring the big boy out. The elephant has entered the room. The elephant in the room has arrived. And it's quite massive. Mounting an 88mm with 230mm of penetration and 190 frontal armor. So this thing doesn't toy around. ISU has basically no chance against it. So will be hard for khers to use tools there to deal with this. Meanwhile, down here, Domoviki's coming in as well. T-34 got bailed out there. But the south at least gets slightly better again. Some artillery onto this Pack 40 could be really nice. ZSU keeping the bomber a bit at bay. Okay, making the bombs less accurate it seems. Would not expect a single ZSU to get the kill. Second ZSU though out. And with 2 it might become more dangerous. Yes, Stravniki not really hit that hard, but need to retreat instantaneously here. Or suffer the consequences of getting surrendered. Oh, the Stravniki's here? Come on. Khers, don't let them get surrendered. Surprising he doesn't react. Well, these were falling back. Over here, Parda Cadusti. Parda Assalto get pushed back. Okay, Stravniki now falling back as well. Second Stravniki needs to run as well. T-34 does die. Focke-Wulf still not close enough to the ZSUs to get killed off there. While the CIS-3 in the north is chipping away. In front of the hill, AB-43s and AS-42s. And down here, Chanos and Sturmovikis sitting around as well. Next ISU coming up, but Elephant, Panther and Tiger on the battlefield in the north. So big boy award for sure now goes into Onord's pocket after khers started with the ISU. And that is not great for khers, who already is under heavy pressure. And pushing over these big boys is an additional obstacle that you have to clear. And that is usually always annoying amounts of time that you need to invest into these to try to clean them. Meanwhile, AB's over here. Quite annoying. But yes, 10-14. Onord still on the single tip. So khers still has some time, 23 minutes, but no airplane of his gets through against the NAC 4500. The airplane of khers is really strong, so hitting the Tiger is not as easy as it could be. But up here, Fallschirmjägers get pushed back, but everything else seems to be somewhat exhausted here. Not that many units around. But on the other side, the first big gun comes online. Onord staying relentless, getting the first 172mm gun online. Whilst in the south, infantry is running. Parakadusti, Fallschirmjägers, and the anti-tank guns did a really good job here. Another Storm versus KV-1E engagement. Not the cleverest idea. No. Okay. Hack 40 sitting in the south here as well. Two of them. But can khers start the counter push? Still has a lot of time. Still not quite in sea phase. 2 more good minutes of income. But so does Onord. And Onord invested into this guy. And invests into this guy heavily. But hitting the plane, the NAC 4500 over here won't be easy. And the 172mm is now firing. Let's see what it can hit. Trying to hit the AA, it seems. And killing that off would be quite nice. Yak 9B on the hunt here for khers. Will get the kill. Wolf a bit overeager there for Onord. Losses he can take for sure, but not losses he wants to take. Whilst the ZSU over here continues firing. Studebaker coming up to help the ISU and the ZSU out. But the 172mm is continuously hitting it now. So the ZSU has to be careful. Fallschirmjägers in the south, hitting Guardia. Height does ensue, but the Fallschirmjägers still king on the long range. Still a king on the long ranges. So the Guardias will get beaten back here. Both sides on 2-star veterancy. Fallschirmjäger here. Got caught in short range though. And that is Tomowiki's Dao rule by now, I think. So we'll see how those do. Fallschirmjäger still gets some kills there. Getting some units on the way into the forest. And keeping it at a 13-11 for Onord. But cluster bombers and normal bombers try to overwhelm the air defense in the north. Yak 9B actually going really deep, but there is just way too much AA here. Way too much AA. Flak 41, NAC, and the 20mm up here. Plus fighters also trying to come in. Yeah, getting in there won't be easy at all. 2 AA pieces trying to get the Veltro, but I don't think they will be able to shoot that down. Meanwhile, the 2 ZSUs down here have moved further to the south. 13-11 is on. And this is most likely a game going into Onord's fashion here. Get some hot big artillery in now, hitting the infantry. And this infantry push looked promising, but the Fallschirmjägers really did hold the line, and now artillery keeps on the pinning part. So that these units will be stuck there for a while. Bombers also coming in here. Might give Onord back this flag, if they hit well. They hit one Oknomachiki. Fallschirmjägers now try to move forward. Second one is pinned down. They should be able to surrender that, or just outright kill it. Whilst the flag here has fallen. 14-10 for Onord. Onord holds the southern ridge, has the 2 big boys out. I don't think this is looking too hot for khers here. The early push really didn't went well. ISU doesn't get the aim off. Tiger, though, doesn't penetrate. So, nothing lost there for khers. But khers needs some wins. Needs some major wins here. Be able to get back in there. SU 85's coming up. Somehow killing the elephant obviously would be nice. But no artillery. You don't have the best artillery. Using the air is hard. Actually, the only one with big artillery is Onord. 172mm gun. Pushing back the infantry down here. Where Onord maybe is a bit soft. Well, it's the flamethrower and Fallschirmjägers over here. Hit the Stravniki. Stravniki over here. We'll have to fall back as well. Fallschirmjägers just do so much damage. Okay, Fallschirmjägers not finding Sturmovikis, but still might just kill them off afterwards, after they killed this. And yeah, how fast 20 men can get wiped off was pretty impressive here. Plane does crash. Does not quite end up in the AA piece, but AA over here is moving forward. And I don't think there is an out now for khers. We are in C-phase, both sides have low income, and the battlefield just looks so much better for Onord. We have still some big boys here, but anti-tank guns are in good position for that. Onord already in the tick advantage as well. Panther engaging Su-85. Tiger joining in. Su-85 can't run away. Will fall here. Will fall here eventually. Might get a shot off into something beforehand, but I don't think it will. No, Su-85 dies. Doesn't get a hit in there. But the CIS-3 gun tries to hit up the Fallschirmjägers. 14-10 for Onord. Su-85's trying to come around. Off map in the south. Pretty solid, but not great. And great one would be needed right now, to be honest. Guardians and Stravnikis wiped out over here. At least the Tiger falls. Fallschirmjägers get hit here now. And over here, AB-43's a bit stuck, but also keeping anything from moving down the ridge. Couple of Stravniki coming up in the north. Can they maybe do the counter push? Can Fox's khers do... Oh! As I say that, Onord has found the setup over here as well. Oh my godness. Adding insult to injury. I was about to talk about a setup over here, but no. Not with Onord. Already shelling the setup of units there before it can get anywhere. Oh my boy. And Pack 40 trying to shoot over here. Yak 9B coming in here as well. Might have to really ask Fallschirmjäger getting down here. Fallschirmjäger is down here in the south, moving forward as well. Off map in a nice spot. But oh my god, the 172mm. Just disgusting. Just absolutely disgusting there with the hits. But that's why you play big boy artillery. If the enemy doesn't have anything to counter it, they're kinda screwed. In some matchups they really don't. Andriusha's in. Not a bad artillery either. At least kills the Pack 40. Pack 40 in the south still around. Tiger though, went down. We saw that. So maybe opening for khers here. Can khers maybe get an overwhelming push in? Killing off this position, super key. khers for sure not given up. Has saved quite a bit of key units. ISU still around and so on. So AA pieces also all still alive. khers still has a combined arms online. Question is just how to beat this defensive position. You only have to beat it once. There's nothing behind it. But the question is, maybe one more Andriusha hit.
Headshot! Boom! Headshot! Boom! Headshot!
Maybe you wait for that. Maybe you put it in there, and then you get it like that. Fallschirmjägers getting around over here. Let's see. Stravniki under pressure. Sturmoviki here, need to fall back. Channels getting pinned down. Tiger E and Panther Lane still holding the ridge here. Big boy. Wear fan articles for the merch store. Sitting around there. Yak 9B coming in for the south. Nug might be slightly out of position for that. Ah, it's moving northbound. It's moving towards the Nug. Oh, and there's a second Nug. He got 2 Nugs now here, and that might end badly for the Yak 9B. Oh no. Ah, yeah, no. That Yak 9B is dead, isn't it? That Yak 9B is dead, isn't it? Ooh, yeah. Made it close, but didn't make it in the end.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
And we got channel sitting around over here. And Ryusha getting reloaded. And Yak 9B over here also not making it in. And it looks a bit desperate now for khers. AA all over the map. Too good for his Yak 9Bs. Big boy tanks are online as well. And Ryusha might be the way, but at the same time, the artillery on the other side is not a weak one either. Continuously getting value here as well. So you won't just outtrade him with artillery fights here. And how do you break this? How do you break this position? I fear the answer for khers is you don't. E34 goes down. Set up in the north. It's just so tough. Onord has set up so well. The push in here, great. And then always keeping an eye on here, making it annoying with every single reinforcement you call in for khers. Risking to lose it on this crossroad. Guardia here might come in as well. Might die there once more. KV1 here, trying to push forward. Gielich and Pak 40 around though, for the hunt. Fallschirmjägers also murdering infantry. Every infantry that moves into the open just gets absolutely bullied here. With 4 Fallschirmjägers around. And the Pak 40 gets the crew kill. khers with one more off map. We'll try to do it that way. But it's not enough. And Onord wins game 1. GGVP, great start, great push there, and just winning from there on out. Really, really well played. And I have a fly that's stuck somewhere. It sounds super weird. Where the fuck are you stuck? Huh? What is these sounds? Okay. Yeah, but GGVP here to Mr. Onord in game 1. One step closer to getting us to a rematch. One step closer to getting us to the rematch. But khers has to keep it up now.
Boy,
But still has a
that
chance.
escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand
What the fuck
fast.
is this sound? Like, it sounds like a fly that's stuck somewhere, but where the fuck is it stuck? Like, it sounds really muted. It's weird. Yeah, I digress. Onord versus khers should be interesting in game number 2 as well. khers tried to come back here, and he had the better side. Like in the north, we saw him getting two flags there, but Onord came in with the perfect setup in the south, and then had a good setup for the north as well. Had the right division, had the long ranges, and just slowly but surely, methodically as he is, pushing back khers there and getting the map win here.
No GG? No GG? Fuck you, no GG! What the fuck, this guy? Okay, time to subscribe.
Oh no. Okay. That last word, as always, is right, guys. Time to subscribe here to keep this content coming. And also, the other sellout part. Time to click the buttons in Match Arena.